guys, what is good? You're here back again today, guys. And today, guys, as you guys see, I'm just going around Goliath a little bit right here. Now, the thing is, though, is I wanted to try and get a lot of experience points just ahead of the next update in case they release new Horizon Edition cars, which I will be doing a video on the next update here on November 2nd when it is released. Now, hopefully we'll be able to go ahead and get that released fairly early on in the day. That way I'm not having to stay up all night and then go ahead and release a quiet one like the last video that we had. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead on into this and we're going to keep on drifting here. So what I'm doing right now is I have a drift tune on this Subaru BRZ. Not necessarily a great one, but it's a drift tune. And we're just going along, and it's one that I made, and I'm not necessarily the greatest tuner in the world or anything like that. But we're just doing this. And now I also do have the perks unlocked, which I will be going ahead and making sure that you guys know which ones those are. But essentially they are, well, I have all the other perks, but the first one on the festival boss page at the very top gives you double credits for finishing any campaign race. Now I went ahead and I made this one in an exhibition race, so hopefully we'll be going ahead and getting double credits from it, which in 3 laps that's like 500,000 extra, that's an extra 240,000 credits. Oh shit. Oh crap, that was bad. I just lost like a lot of experience there. That sucks. Anyway, we're gonna keep on going on. This does take a little bit longer than doing the other method, about probably another whole lap worth. But I'm hoping that at the very end of it, it will make up for it. And this is just to test and see if drifting this as well, because not only do I have that first one in the festival boss that gives you double credits, but over in the skills, I also have the one that gives you the triple experience for all skills points during a campaign race as well. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to go ahead and exploit that just a little bit to get lots of experience. It will probably take us about 45 minutes now, guys. I've been actually doing these in laps in about 15 minutes each or so, but we're going to go ahead and keep on going. Now, one of the things that I'm really disappointed, though, in is that the fact that when you guys are drifting around like this, honestly, you can bank 100,000 skill points really, really quickly. But the thing is, though, is that you have to wait for this whole timer thing to go down. And that kind of sucks, just having to wait there, because it's less points that you're getting. And I feel like Forza probably did that on purpose, you know, to make sure people aren't just banking XP like this, like I'm doing. But that's how I want to do it. That's how people should be able to do it, because not everybody just wants to race. Some people just want to go out, drift, have fun, while also collecting some really cool cars that they can occasionally drive around themselves. But like as you guys see right now, I've got like 31,000, but I bet you if I were to stop right now, I would have like 45. And it's ridiculous how much experience, or not necessarily experience, but how much skills, you know, is actually backed up. Wow, for a second there, I just went blind. I forgot which way I was going for a second. Oh, and then there we go. We got a drift tap, which is nice. The drift tap still works, though, which is very good. Now, I'm in an experience car. I'm wondering, though, I don't know if the experience car actually will give me a boosted skills experience at the very end, which would actually be very helpful. I would really appreciate that. But right now, I'm got this race set up so that we're only doing 3 laps of Goliath. Right now, I've done 2 laps so far, and it took me, about half an hour or so just to get in 2 laps, which on some people, it takes them that long anyway. Now, normally for one of my laps, it takes me about 11 minutes, and that is without messing up or doing anything like that. That would be a perfect lap. So we're going to go ahead and keep on getting onto this, and it shouldn't take us too terribly long, only about, again, like 15 minutes. So this will actually be kind of a short video, where I'm just talking about this throughout. So, as well, guys, you know, if you guys aren't familiar, though, with the November 2nd update, go ahead and make sure to check out that video below. As well, there are other methods of getting lots of experience. You can just do this normally as a normal race. Oh, don't hit that tree, don't hit that tree. Whew. Ooh, I was a little worried there. Okay, so now we have to drive a little slow, and this is what I was talking about earlier, is that you have to drive slow in order to gain your skill points. Now, I do like to drift around some of these corners that are more made for drifting just to get those points up, because it doesn't really matter. We're going to lose those points anyway if we go over, and if we don't go over, then we're going to gain those points, and it'll be actually helpful, and we'll gain a little bit more experience, but you got to drive slow, and that sucks. So we do have a little bit of space, about 9,000 or so points, so we'll get into an ultimate drift there. And that'll bring us up to close to 100,000. So we'll probably get like a clean racing or something. I think we just got one. So 98,000 right there. So now we got 9.8 thousand experience. But with my triple skills experience, we did get close. We did get almost 30,000, which will actually be very helpful because at my current level, guys, leveling up is actually much harder than it used to be. Some other YouTubers have gone ahead and they sort of grinded it out at the very beginning. But right now, I think I'm sitting at close to like level 400 something. If you go ahead and press start, yeah, 406. So I do have my gold wristband, but every level after 300 is significantly harder to go ahead and get more experience in, which is why I'm kind of doing this as well. And hopefully on that November 2nd update, I'll have some good wheel spins or a good amount of money to go ahead and buy wheel spins in hopes of getting some of those new Horizon Edition cars, and then I will probably just go ahead and throw them on the auction house to try and get the most amount of money out of them. As currently right now I'm sitting at like 12 million, and that's sort of a little bit worrisome, as I wish I would have just a little bit more. But I did go ahead and I bought a bunch of other high-end expensive cars like the Lamborghini Centenario, the Lexus not Lexus, the Ferrari FXXK, which is basically a souped-up version of the LaFerrari, their track-only race car. And then there was a Mercedes I bought, which, God, I don't even know why I bought the Mercedes. I'm never going to use that car. It literally just sits in my garage, wasting space. But it is a 1.2 or $1.3 million car, so it is worth it somewhat, but who knows if I'll ever actually use it. Kind of a not my greatest thing I've ever purchased. And it was all because of, you know, one of my viewers was on here. He was on Twitch trying to talk me into buying all his cars up so he had some money. And I decided that was going to be nice, and I went ahead and did it. Almost regretted it a little bit, but whatever. I did get some cool cars out of it that I actually really want. So, not too big of a deal. It is just a game. But it is a fun game, I will give it that. Now, guys, I did do a review on this game, and honestly, it is a very good game. There are some little tweaks and such like that. In fact, there are some things that I might talk about here. It's the fact that you do have to drive really slow in order to get lots of experience points. But maybe we'll actually get the opportunity to show something else that I think is actually kind of neat, but I wish that whenever you got points, it would just automatically be thrown onto your score instead of having to wait for the animation to occur. I just wish that was the case. Oh, no. Oh, fudge. Oh, I just lost a lot of experience there. We lost like, 7,200 experience times 3. Oh, that's like a level right there. Oh my gosh, that was awful. And we're spinning out. Now, I'm hoping though that with this new update that's supposed to come out, maybe they will go ahead and release some new Horizon Edition cars. Now, I thought in the last batch they were actually getting rid of some of the older ones from the basket, but I did notice that I had the opportunity to win a Ford GT today, Horizon Edition, from a wheel spin that I was going ahead and doing, but it didn't give it to me, and I'm a little disappointed. But the weird thing is, I've noticed that I've been watching one guy's Twitch stream, and they were always giving him like 5 million credits whenever he would win another Horizon Edition car, and that's not the case for me. So I'm wondering though, if maybe some copies of the game, like maybe if you have a disc version or something like that, it gives you 5 million credits every time you win a new Horizon Edition car that you already own, which would actually be fantastic. Honestly, I think that should be a thing because they are so rare that you do get to sell it for like an extraordinary amount of money. Honestly, it would probably make the other Horizon Edition cars that are currently on the auction house a little bit more valuable, and people would be spending more money on them. I really think that would be a great idea for Turn 10 to implement that into that setup. Because like today I won a MG Metro, and honestly, I ended up selling it for less than a new one is actually worth. I think, I'm not sure, but I think they're worth like $350 or something like that. I ended up selling it for $221,000, which is not a lot of money, guys, because the MG Metro is just so not desirable. Nobody wants it. A lot of those like extreme rally cars from the original, from like Storm Island and such, they're not very popular with people. People don't really like them. Because for example, the Ford Rally Raid pickup truck cost almost 900,000 credits in game. and that's insane. But you can get it off the auction house, or not the auction house, the wheel spins, and that's how I got mine. And if you win another one, you get 400,000 credits or so, and like that's a good amount of credits. Like, I honestly hope that I win some rally raids, you know, every time I go ahead and do it. But I have only won the one, which kind of sucks and is a little disappointing. But the Subaru BRZ that I'm in, though, it is actually probably one more of the expensive ones, because ever since the drift tap boost glitch was patched, the XP boost cars, because Goliath is now more popular to go ahead and get levels in. You gotta go ahead and grind it out, which is what I'm doing right now. Right now I'm sitting at 43 minutes doing this race. Not too much. No. Oh. I just lost another 60,000. That's the one thing that sucks, though, is if you lose that, it really, really hurts. Because that's 18,000 experience right there, and it's like, And we're almost at the end, so I've lost a lot of XP this round, this lap. Oh my gosh. Mostly that's probably because I'm just talking to you guys about it. If I would shut up and pay attention, I might be able to do a little bit better. But we're gonna get, oh god, I spun out. And it didn't give me the trash can. Oh man. And better give me the trash, man. Yeah, there you go. Oh, that's disappointing. That's really disappointing. And it doesn't look like we'll actually get to showcase what I was talking about earlier unless we get 100,000 points and some by the end of the time that we finish up this race. Which, honestly, this one is going to take a little bit longer than the other ones, just because of how far back I am from spinning out and crashing into trees and such, because that sucks. That really, really sucks. So we're going to go ahead and keep on going on. Try not to get too much angle, as I don't want to mess up and hit one of these pine trees here, or hit that wall or something like that, because that, again, that would suck. So I just want to see, though, how many points I will actually get from this. As we keep on going on, we got this nice BRZ Horizon Edition. And, woo, look at this corner. I love this. He gets to drift that whole corner right there. That was beautiful. That was absolutely amazing. Amazing drift corner. Honestly, I wish the game would have more corners like that throughout it. I wish that there was drifting galore in this game. However, the Goliath isn't actually bad for drifting. There is a lot of straightaway, which kind of sucks. But overall, though, I would say it isn't bad for drifting. It's got a lot of good turns. But I just wish that there was more drifting capability. And I hope that maybe one of those expansions is actually going to be like, you know, maybe they'll go to like New Zealand or something like that. If you guys aren't familiar, New Zealand has some very windy roads. In fact, there is actually a whole drifting competition that's over there. Now, it doesn't involve cars, though. It is called trike drifting, which, honestly, I would love to go do someday. But if you guys aren't familiar with it at all, there's a video up by another very, very, very popular YouTuber known as Supertramp, and he does this one, and he uses a song, one of my favorite songs, actually, now, which I discovered from his video, trike drifting, and honestly, it's such a good video, and they really get you pumped up, I will say. So I would go ahead and check out his channel if you guys ever get the chance to, if you haven't heard of him. Oh, because, especially if you enjoy some drifting videos, they're just like on adult big wheels going down a hill at like 40 miles an hour, getting sideways action, getting some skids in, and it's like amazing. Oh, we're at like 72,000 right now, 76. So we're going to go ahead and slow down just a little bit so that we can get those points. And then I want you guys to pay attention to the counter once we are done. So almost there. We're almost done, which is actually really nice. So we're at 83,870. So we'll get 87 experience. But getting the most amount of experience before those things go off is very good, I would say, because once those things go off, the skill points anyway, because now, see, it just shot me up to 11,000. and that's what I like. I just wish it would do that. Every time you got a skill, you could go ahead and shoot it up and just get done. Well, we are getting very close to the end of this race. So we're going to go ahead and get a drift tap. Nice. Yep, get an additional 6,000. Honestly, I think that the drift tap shouldn't have been as patched as much as it was. You know, the 30-second timer is just killing it. And then they even went even farther and got rid of a lot of the experience that you could potentially gain from it, because it used to be a maximum of 12,500 and now it's 10,000. That's sort of annoying that you can't get as much experience from it as you used to be. That sucks. That just really sucks, because anybody that's a racer or something like that. Oh look, there's one car ahead of us. Probably a Subaru. Oh, of course it is a Subaru, because I did this on Subarus only. But I have noticed that even on unbeatable setting, the game makes it so that it looks like you aren't losing as badly as you thought. Because right now I'm losing badly. I can normally get one of these laps done in 11 minutes. My record was 15. And we came in 12th place, last place, of course. Not too big of a deal though. Whoops, I just accidentally walked through my fan. That's not good. Oh wow, looky there. First place is actually a member of my club. That's pretty cool. Shout out to you, the boss. And then we were in last place. The rest of everyone else is in oven. And of course, last place, the other guy is a friend of mine. So we're going to go ahead and continue on. And we're going to see how much experience we actually get from that. So credit rewards, we get 403,000 credits. It's reduced because we didn't come in first place. So on average, you would get maybe 480,000 credits. Because I think if you come in first place, you get 240,000 in total after like difficulties and assists and lineup and all that. Although my lineup bonus, damn, that's actually quite good. So that kind of counteracts it because I've got a good lineup. But we're going to go ahead and see here. XP rewards. We got 536,000 experience. Race completed at 104,000. Normally, I think for lap you get 35. So in total on that, we ended up losing. Trying to think about that. So 35 per lap comes out to being 70, 105 total. Wait, no. Let me grab my paper and go ahead and check this out for us, guys, because I did write all this down beforehand. So on average, XP per lap. Okay, yeah. Yeah, maybe doing this is not as good as before, because using the BRZ Horizon Edition, I came out with 73,000 experience per lap, and we only ended up getting 104,000 experience for coming in last place, which means on average, though, for drifting though, because we did get the perk bonus and the skills, so let me do the math here for a second. So on average, we would have got 240,000 experience just for using that, and then we would have got our lineup bonus of 27,000. Then we would have got a little bit of skills, maybe like 11,000, and then our clean racing, we would have got another 37,000 experience or so. Although actually, the reason I got all that clean racing XP is because I was so far behind and I wasn't hitting anybody. So I think overall this method is a little bit better. You might actually, though, because after 3 laps or so, I would got 240,000 plus the 270, which brings me up to 267. Then we have the Horizon Edition car, because we actually have to go ahead and not calculate that. Wait a second. Hold on. I gotta look at this again. So it would have been 104,000 experience for 3 laps, which means that in total that comes out to being just under 35, which means that on average our XP is actually fairly decent. Okay, never mind. So this method is still better because getting all that credits and stuff. And we only got 10 levels. That kind of sucks. That makes me feel a little bit ashamed. But that's because I'm such a high level now, and yeah. In fact, we only got 9 levels. It takes so much experience just to level up nowadays. And we have to waste one of our wheel spins. My god. We only get 40,000. Okay, yeah, come on. Move on, move on, move on. Alright, guys, and I want to do one last check, though, because it did cost us 20 skill points in order to go ahead and get that.
Hey,
and we did reach Club Tier 3.
I've heard a lot of good things about this driver. I think we should try and get them to sign up to your lineup.
Let's check our progress here on our skill shop. So we actually did get all of our perks back. We actually got an additional 30 perks. So that's not bad at all. So we did get all of our available points back just for, you know, using this. And right now we're sitting nice and pretty at 12.8 mil, which means that I can buy an additional 16 wheel spins or so with that. And then we're going to get lots of money from that before. Now, I got a social thing. Let's see here. Design reward, 600 credits. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Now, let's see here. I did go ahead and I painted a nice new design. I'm going to go ahead and make a video on that in just a second. As well, we do have Forzathon coming up in only about 20 minutes. So I'm going to be doing another video in between here and then. And, yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Just make sure to smash that like button down below for us, because you already know you guys' support is greatly appreciated. And hit subscribe for more videos coming out all the time. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Peace out. Bye!